Once, in a quiet village nestled between tall mountains, there lived a man named Arjun. He was a simple potter, known for his skill in shaping clay into beautiful bowls and vases. For years Arjun worked hard, crafting each piece with care. He took great pride in his work, and the people of the village loved his creations. But Arjun had a problem. He was deeply attached to his pots. Every time he made one, he felt as if it were a part of him. He would keep many of them in his small house, refusing to sell them because the thought of letting them go filled him with sadness. One day, a great storm swept through the village. The winds howled, and the rain fell in heavy sheets. The river nearby overflowed, and the water rushed into the homes of the villagers. Arjun's house was not spared. The floodwaters crashed through his door, and before his eyes, his precious pots were shattered into pieces. He stood there, helpless, as the work of his hands was destroyed in moments. His heart ached with grief. For days, he could not bring himself to work. He sat among the broken shards, mourning his loss. A wise old monk who often passed through the village noticed Arjun's sorrow. He approached him and asked, "Why do you weep?" Arjun looked up with tears in his eyes and said, "My pots, they were everything to me. I put my heart into them, and now they are gone." The monk sat beside him and said, "Tell me, when you made these pots, did you not know they were made of clay?" Arjun nodded. "And is clay not fragile?" The monk continued. "Did you not know that one day, whether by storm or by time, these pots would break?" Arjun thought for a moment. "I knew," he admitted, "but still, I loved them." The monk smiled gently. "That is the root of your suffering. You loved them as if they were eternal, as if they could never leave you. But nothing in this world is permanent. Not the pots, not the village, not even you or I. To hold on to things as if they will last forever is to invite pain when they are taken away." Arjun frowned. "Then what should I do? Should I not care about anything?" The monk shook his head. "No, care, but do not cling. Enjoy the beauty of your work, but do not let it own you. When you make a pot, admire its shape, its usefulness, but remember it is just clay. When you sell it or give it away, let it go with joy." Arjun sat in silence, thinking about the monk's words. Slowly, he began to understand. The next day, he returned to his wheel. He shaped the clay with the same skill as before, but now his heart was lighter. When a pot was finished, he admired it, then sold it without hesitation. If a pot broke, he sighed but did not despair. He realized that his joy came not from owning the pots, but from the act of creation itself. Years passed, and another storm came. This time, when the waters rose, Arjun watched as his workshop was damaged, as some of his new pots were lost. But he did not weep. He helped his neighbors rebuild, and when the sun returned, he sat at his wheel once more. A young apprentice who had seen his calmness asked, "Master, how can you be so peaceful after losing so much?" Arjun smiled. "Because I no longer hold on to things too tightly. The storm takes what it will, but it cannot take my peace. The pots break, but my hands can always make more. What matters is not the thing itself, but the freedom to create, to give, and to let go." The apprentice thought about this and asked, "But isn't it hard not to love what you make?" Arjun nodded. "At first, yes, but love does not have to mean clinging. You can love without holding on too tightly. You can care without being owned by your care. That is the lesson of non-attachment." And so Arjun lived the rest of his days as a potter who was free. Free from the fear of loss, free from the weight of possession. He made his pots, sold them, gave them away, and when they broke, he accepted it without anger. His happiness was no longer tied to the things he owned, but to the life he lived, a life unburdened by attachment. This is the power of non-attachment. It is not about not caring. It is about caring in a way that does not chain you to suffering. Everything in this world changes. People leave, things break, fortunes rise and fall. If you tie your happiness to what cannot last, you will always be afraid of losing it. But if you learn to hold things lightly, to appreciate without clinging, you will find a deeper peace. Imagine a man who loves the sunset. Every evening, he sits and watches as the sky turns gold and red. He does not try to capture it, to keep it in a box. He knows it will fade, and that is part of its beauty. He enjoys it while it lasts, then lets it go, knowing another will come tomorrow. Non-attachment is like this. It is the wisdom of enjoying without grasping, of loving without demanding. That love never changed. The monk's words to Arjun were not just about pots. They were about life. We suffer not because things are temporary, but because we expect them to be permanent. We grieve not because love ends, but because we believe it should last forever. But the truth is, all things pass. The practice of non-attachment is the practice of making peace with this truth. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to too tightly? Is it a possession? A relationship? An idea of how your life should be? Practice letting go, little by little. Not with coldness, but with understanding. Love deeply, but without chains. Work hard, but without obsession. Enjoy what you have, but without fear of losing it. This is the way of non-attachment, and in this way you will find freedom.